Here we have 78 Pontiac Trans Am LS1 conversion. Basically what that means is instead of putting this, well, I wouldn't say hunk of junk, but 180 horsepower gas guzzling 400 Pontiac and Borg Warner T10 4-speed, I went with a 6-liter engine out of a 3/4 ton Chevy Generation 3 engine, similar to the LS motor that was in the 98 to 2002 Trans Am Firebird and Camaros. 5.3, 4.8, whatever, it's all the same stuff. I put a 6-speed Tremec T56 transmission in the car, 373 gears, Dynatech ceramic coated headers, 2.5 inch stainless steel Dynatech exhaust. The engine came out of a truck that was written off. The cooling fan, hydraulic clutch assembly, and transmission came out of a 2000 Trans Am that was also written off. In the back here, I have a ignition timing controller. You got to take care of the timing somehow. The fuel's by a carb. Oh, like my nice air out of a 27 Ford F-150. A lot of this stuff is from scrap yards. I mean, you can get an engine from a scrap yard. Nothing special about this. This is an LQ4 engine. They put them in every freaking 3/4 ton truck from 99 to 2006. You want a better one, you get a Hummer, Escalade. They have better heads, they flow a little better, and well, just an overall better engine, but there's nothing wrong with this. So you're looking at basically an engine that cost about $5 grand to build, as opposed to an engine that would cost more upwards of 10 to build to get the same horsepower. And remember, I'm also getting probably 25 miles to the gallon with this car, being that I have the 6-speed transmission. Anyway, back to the fast controller. Edelbrock does make a controller that does the same thing as this. I'm actually going to buy. They're cheap enough now. It is specific for my camshaft. This engine is basically a 6-liter with Edelbrock camshaft 2215. Pretty mild cam, just a little bit above stock, a little more lift, a little more duration. Still get 12 inches of vacuum, so everything works good. It's an LS1 Edelbrock Performer RPM intake and an Edelbrock 850 carb. Very easy to tune, bolts on nicely. The intake, you can just use GM O-rings, or they're reusable. The intake comes off, there's no antifreeze leaking anywhere because it's just not the way the engine's designed. Highly recommend anyone that's looking to build a hot rod to go this route. It's pretty cost effective as long as you're willing to put some time in building your motor or engine brackets, cross member mount. Well, not really building, just fabricating or relocating, and nothing fits. Electric fuel pump, because you can't use a mechanical fuel pump anymore. Hydraulic clutch assembly, the only way to go, because you know, all the mechanical stuff underneath, all the linkages are just a pain in the butt. They get in the way of the headers and so on and so forth. I mean, all these kits are cool. It's just a matter of what you want to spend. This was a budget build, so everything in this car was taken out of a junkyard or a written off vehicle or eBay, Rock Auto, you name it. There's so many resources out there, you don't have to pay through the nose to build the car. So anyway, I'm driving down the highway at 1500 RPM on the highway, getting 25 miles to the gallon, and when I put the hammer down, I got well over 400 horsepower to play around with, which is giving me new, I wouldn't say problems, but basically traction issues, let's call it that, which will be a whole new project come the winter time. But anyway, I'm going to upload some videos and a bunch of pictures for anyone that's interested in, you know, jumping into an LS conversion. They're not as difficult as they might look. you just got to do lots of research, more than I did, because I learned a lot of things on the way, and there's a lot of things that aren't clear, but there's lots of websites, ls1.com, tons of places make conversions or conversion brackets and mounts and everything else, energy suspension, McLeod clutches, edelbrock, Holly, you name it. Lots of bolt-on stuff. But if you want to cut corners, there's more than enough stuff at the scrapyard. And it's, you know, a map sensor, for example. If you don't get it with the 6 liter, you know, you pay 50 bucks for that at a auto store. Put it in your pocket at the scrapyard and you're buying something else. Anyway, this is my build. I look forward to putting more videos online of it once actually everything's cleaned up. I've only had it running for 4 days, so my wiring is still a mess. Plus I gotta change that controller and put this fast one up for sale. GTA wheels, 50 series tires, and yeah, bone stock inside. As opposed to the shifter, it's a Hurst shifter and some fab brackets because the transmission's 5.5 inches longer. So another thing, you gotta relocate. Got to get a drive shaft custom made. Got to use the yoke that comes with the transmission and the yoke that comes with the original drive shaft for the car too. So that's something that needs to be considered. Anyway, I don't want to bore anybody, so when I get some more informative videos, I'll upload them, and I'll put all my pics online as well of the build as it went. And anyone that's interested in doing something like this, you'll have more than enough info to reference when it comes to any type of alteration on the car, whether it's a Trans Am, Camaro, Firebird, or even, you know, a Nova, Monte Carlo, whatever it might be. It's pretty similar to what's going on here.